Stampers, it's Kim Vogel with the Basement Bunch Stampers, and I'm here for another terrific Tuesday video. Today I'm going to share with you a new product suite that is coming out in our upcoming annual catalog that goes live actually in just a couple of days. And I'm so excited about this suite. I think it's going to be a popular one. It is called the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle. You have a stamp set here with some coordinating dies, and these dies are absolutely stunning. So the dies here, you have a solid one, which is what I used on my cards here that you're seeing. I used the solid one to use and cut out Daffodil Delight. And then I used the more detailed one and cut out the new Bumblebee, one of the new in colors that Stampin' Up! Has coming out in the new annual catalog. And I love those two layered together. And then I also used the center. There's a little center piece here, so I did that using the Early Espresso, and then I followed up by incorporating some of the leaves on here that are also part of the die set as well. So what I actually used on this card from the stamp set is simply the sentiments. I used the Let's Celebrate You and the Thanks a Bunch sentiment on this card today. Now, one thing that I am featuring on all of these cards is the new in colors. So every year Stampin' Up! Comes out with 5 new in colors, and they retire 5 of their in colors that came out 2 years ago. And it's kind of designed to keep their palette fresh and trendy with all of the new in colors. And so when our new colors are introduced, I always kind of look to see if they're, you know, online or in stores, and right now they are totally on queue. This one right here is called, I think it's called Cinnamon Cider. I had to think about that for a minute, and that color is very trendy right now. This yellow right here is called Bumblebee, and then you have this one, which is oh, I had to look at that one. You think I would have that one memorized. I think it is Magenta Madness. There it is. Just Jade. And then together today, we're going to make the 5th in color of this card. And this one is the Misty Moonlight. And I love these new in colors. I think they are so pretty. So the paper that I'm showcasing here is the 6x6 Designer Series paper that comes in all of those in colors. So you can see the little scraps here from what I've cut to be able to use those on my card fronts. But you have all different kinds of patterns in here. So you have some, this is the one that I used on my cards today. That's the back side of it. Then you have some with some print and like the wood grain. So you really get a good little variety of different kinds of card or designs in this in color paper. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll make the Misty Moonlight of this card together. And again, you can't go wrong with these beautiful in colors. So I started with a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Now this is your card base that's cut 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm just going to fold it in half to make it the base of my card for today. And then I cut a piece of the Designer Series paper big enough to fit on the entire front. So normally I would cut this if I was doing a card and wanted it to be a mat. I would cut this to be 5.25 by 4. But I cut this at 5.5 by 4.25 so that it would actually fit the entire front of my card. And I wanted to make sure that it was going to stick really good to my card. So I went ahead and put adhesive along all of the edges so that it would stick really good. And then I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this onto the front of my card like that. So it covers up the whole card. And then I used our layering squares, and I cut out the largest square that had the scalloped edge around it. And I just wanted to put that on the card behind it to give it a little bit more color versus it just being the sunflower on those cards. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on with some dimensionals, and I'm just going to put a dimensional on all 4 corners. Now this bundle will be available for purchase beginning on June 3rd, and I will have the link in the description of my video for all of the supplies. I also have more information posted on my blog, and I encourage you to find me on Facebook. I'll be doing a Facebook Live in the next couple of weeks showcasing a lot more products using this awesome suite and these beautiful new in colors. In advance, I cut out the 2 sunflowers, so you can see here, this is the solid that I used, the Daffodil Delight, and then this right here is the overlay that I used, and this right here is the Bumblebee. And to adhere those together, I simply put a little bit of adhesive around the middle of that, and then I just adhered this down. The hardest part is kind of lining up where those where those sunflowers go. So here we go at lining those up. That took a little bit to figure that out, but they do line up perfectly. And then from there, I have my center, which I cut out in advance as well with my embossed die cutting machine. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a dimensional on that as well. And that's going to go into the center. And then from there, I use dimensionals to put on this entire sunflower. Now you could make these cards and incorporate no stamping on them at all if you wanted some cards that were just like a generic note card. But I incorporated, excuse me, both my Thanks a Bunch and Let's Celebrate You on these cards so that I can send them out, you know, for graduations, for, you know, just a little bit of anything. Then I have also cut out in advance the 2 leaves. So I have my solid leaf with the granny apple green, and my overlay is going to be done with the old olive. And now you would normally probably use some liquid glue, like your Tombow liquid glue or the fine tip glue pen. But for purposes of my video today and to save a little bit of time, I just used a little bit of snail on that. And I'm also going to adhere that down with a dimensional as well. And I'm just going to place this right underneath here on the bottom. And then we also have these awesome little enamel shapes that are all of the different in colors. And so I'm just going to adhere a couple of these into this white area using the Misty Moonlight color. And then I'm going to top this off by adding the Thanks a Bunch down here at the bottom. Now this is just a 3/4 inch strip of Whisper white cardstock, and I stamped the sentiments in the black ink. And you know, you could use any color of ink on these, and it would look really, really nice. And I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this down underneath here like so. And there you have the beautiful card, the last in color that I needed to make yet, showcasing the Misty Moonlight in color. So let me bring all these in again. They are so, so pretty. Now I will be offering a class on these cards as well for the month of June, where you'd be able to purchase the class. Everything would be cut and ready for you, except for these pieces would be left blank for you to incorporate your own stamping on there. But it would include a whole pack of this awesome in color paper, and it would also include a whole package of these little enamel dots for you to be able to create additional cards using those. So if you're interested in this class, please feel free to click the link in the description of the video and register. You only have about 2.5-3 weeks to register for the class. The class will ship the end of June, and again, it will include the whole pack of this paper, but I will be using your pack to cut the pieces that you need. The kit will include all of the supplies cut and ready for you to make 10 of these cards, 2 of each of the colors featured. So thank you all so very much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this card, and I hope that you consider purchasing this class to add these cards to your card collection today. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you back soon. Bye.